So another subcommittee that we have is on the heating and cooling systems and materials. This committee has around 19 standards under its jurisdiction, and the goal of the subcommittee is to promote the knowledge and development of standards relating to the application of the solar energy conversion. Now, the applications are including things as heating of swimming pools, heating of domestic water, and space heating and cooling. One of its most popular standards is E424, which is the standard test methods for solar energy transmittance and reflectance. The Geothermal Field Development and Utilization and Materials Subcommittee relates to the usage of geothermal fluid and earth heat to apply it into applications such as direct use for heating and cooling, some greenhouses, industrial processing, agriculture, and mineral extraction. So glass for solar applications. One of the things that I touched on earlier is really the drive of the industry to enhance or initiate standards development. Glass for solar applications actually stemmed out of one phone call that came from a member interested in whether we had standards on glass for solar applications. As the actual industry grows popularity, there's been a lot of gap analysis done, and one particular person reached out looking for standards related to glass. So in May, I received this phone call. By September, we were holding an organizational meeting to really do a more thorough gap analysis on what the industry felt that were standards needed. And from that meeting in September, we actually formed a new subcommittee. And there are currently 5 projects underway for standards. So as if this was May 2009, here we are almost a year later, and we have 5 new projects underway. So really, it's amazing to see how much one contact from one person who's got interest in it, how it can really expand to help move the industry forward. So what the ultimate decision was for this new subcommittee was to address standards on glass and glass coatings, really trying to understand how the glass affects the performance, durability, and reliability of these modules. So these are some of the new standards that are underway. The first 2 are closest to being published, particularly the installation of roof-mounted PV arrays. Now, one of the beneficial things of having a standards development organization which covers a lot of industries is we really do have a lot of support. Particularly, to mention one, for example, the installation of the PV mounted arrays is, the solar industry understands how the modules work, but we also have a roofing committee which was able to guide the actual people in the solar industry on what they need and the different challenges that they encounter when it comes to the application and installation of these PV arrays. So within all of ASTM, not only do you have the support from your own industry, but you also have the input and expertise from other industries where your products are being applied in. The last 3 items are new registered projects from the Glass Committee. So to touch a little bit more on energy efficiency, we have a committee on F26 on commercial food service equipment, which has jurisdiction of 83 standards under its 7 technical subcommittees. And one particular subcommittee is 06 on energy and protocol. And they have 34 standards already published and 3 underway, and it really addresses the energy consumption and the water consumption of these products, the commercial food service equipment items, which are a couple examples of 6 of them here: the griddles, fryers, ovens, dishwashers, hot food holding cabinets, steam cookers, etc. The 6 of these that I mentioned are actually 6 test methods that are referenced in the Energy Star program. So of the 8 Energy Star programs related to commercial food service equipment, it references 8 ASTM test methods that you have to go through the testing to meet those requirements. Also within F26, we do participate with the WaterSense program and related to the pre-rinse spray valves, and what we're working with the WaterSense program to develop this program, and it references the F2324 standard. It's currently under development, but it potentially could be referenced within that program. Another one of the subcommittees under F26 is on lifecycle costs and sustainability. Now, this subcommittee was developed in October, officially developed in October of 2008, and they currently have one published standard, F2687, which is the practice of the life cycle cost analysis of commercial food service equipment. And what this standard does is it's for manufacturers and the end users to evaluate the life cycle cost, meaning the amount that it would cost you for purchasing, for running, for maintenance of it, for preventative maintenance, for repair costs, including the disposal costs. So you really can get a full picture of what you're investing when you're purchasing the product. Another project underway for F2605 is the determining of the sustainability rating for commercial food service equipment. And it's doing exactly what it sounds like it's doing. It's going to be calculating the sustainability of these particular products. So we do have other committees other than F26 that addresses sustainability, and this is just a partial listing. Particularly, I'll point out D19 on water. They're addressing some sustainability issues. What mainly D19 is doing is the sampling and analysis of water, such as the materials or waste found in water. And then another one is E6 on the performance of buildings, where they address the structural issues within buildings, the performance of buildings, and all of the components within it as well. Now, if one particular committee could be addressing sustainability issues, if there's an area that it's not, it could be also under the umbrella of E60, which is another main committee which handles sustainability issues. Really, it's all-encompassing. However, right now, since it was formed in October of 2008, it really just is addressing buildings and construction, hospitality, and then general sustainability standards. The administrative subcommittees, such as every committee has an executive subcommittee which handles the administrative issues within a committee, and some also have strategic planning types of subcommittees where they're able to develop projects and see where the industry is going in the future and help the actual committee guide them through maybe a time frame of what projects they need to be working on and prioritizing certain items. Touch on E6C a little bit more. Currently it has 12 standards published, and one of their most popular one is E2432, which is a standard guide for general principles of sustainability related to buildings. So it's going to address the economic, the social, and the usage areas of buildings. And they also, the actual committee itself will also be addressing standards for building product sustainability assessment, green roofing systems, water reclamation, environmental and life cycle assessments, and more. Now, life cycle assessments are a growing popularity to understand really what the life cycle of these products are going to be, and it's evaluating its impact on the environment. Currently, E6C has 6 standards relating to the sustainability of infrastructure and buildings under development. And what their goal, the committee's actual goal is to determine the minimum requirements for building, promoting sustainability, assessing rainwater quality, water stewardship, etc. But they also have 9 other draft standards related to hospitality. And what they're really trying to evaluate is meetings, hotels and meetings, and how sustainable those meetings actually are, their paper usage, the recyclability of certain food and beverages that are served. So they're always trying to make sure that all these meetings that we have to advance the technology and industries are becoming more sustainable as well. Some future projects that they've been looking into are some topics related to infrastructure and packaging, and then they will be also looking into doing some more life cycle assessment types of evaluations and addressing plastics as well. So one of the main things that we wanted to express is that, all of our technical committees are open to participants from all areas of the industry. We're an open forum for standards development. You do not have to be a member to attend our meetings and participate in the discussions, so everybody is welcome. And then the standards activities are initiated by industry every day. As I said, one phone call created another subcommittee, and we have 5 new standards under development, and it's only been a year and time passing. So thank you for your attention.